All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the morning note. It is Thursday, December 2nd, 2021. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thank you so much for joining me today and every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on our YouTube channel. Before we begin, make sure to click bottom right-hand corner of your screen. There's a little white little box, little logo of ours. Click on that. Subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, like our videos, comment your questions. Really do appreciate it as always. We had our first aftermarket recap on YouTube yesterday. Was fun. We'll do it again tonight or today at 5. And just a heads up, I will not be in the office Friday until Wednesday. So no morning note or aftermarket recap until next Thursday. I'll be out with my wife for our anniversary. So taking a little vacation with her. So just gonna enjoy that, take a little time off, obviously before the holidays, and be back before you know it on Thursday. So rocking and rolling. Let's talk about the market, shall we? Dow futures up 134 points. NASDAQ down 32 this morning. S&P futures slightly green, up 0.08%. Russell 2000 up 0.43%. The VIX is down 3.92%. Dollar index 95.89 down 0.14%. The 10-year yield 1.417. It is down 17 basis points. Taking a look at gold, down 0.38%. Crude oil is down 3.74% at $63 a barrel. Right now they're having their OPEC meetings, I believe, in Vienna. Silver futures up 0.07%, 22.35. Euro dollar up 18 pips, 113.39. 112.75, down 3 pips for the dollar yen. Ethereum futures are down 1.21%. Bitcoin futures are down 0.70%. And gasoline futures, I added that as well. Take a look at prices, if anything. Down about 4 cents, $1.90, 2.4% to the downside. All right, let's take a look at some the heat map for some pre-market movers. Nvidia's down 0.88%, AMD's down 1.25%, Apple down 3.01%. Boeing got some news from China that their 737 MAX is approved for operation. They're up nearly 5% today. Costco down 2.39%. Apple down 3% on the headline that Apple iPhone demand. They were telling suppliers that the Apple iPhone demand isn't as strong as they expected. That was a report from Bloomberg. But Wedbush did increase their price target on Apple to $200 a share. Visa, PayPal, MasterCard, the ones that have been beaten down lately, are slightly green today. Energy companies like Exxon, CVX, they're down today as well. Tesla and Amazon, Google, Facebook, the mega cap names, they're up this morning in terms of tech. But the biggest loser, obviously the NASDAQ, dragging the NASDAQ down, is Apple, down 3%. Had a great last 2 days. Obviously, so a little pullback here. And the biggest gainer in the Dow, the reason why the Dow is up so nicely, obviously, is because of Boeing right here, up 4.79%. Moderna is also down 3.69%. They are not a Dow component, but again, Boeing is a little more weighted on the Dow with value stocks, unlike the S&P. All right, that's where we are this morning. Let's answer some questions. Good morning. I appreciate it. Thank you. Target to buy Palantir. Let's take a look at it. Palantir this morning. Palantir, my target to buy is $17.15. They did close on a contract. I did put that up on Twitter. Feel free to take a look at it. They're down pre-market, obviously with the NASDAQ being down. What do you think of TLT this week? The only thing with bonds, keep in mind, bonds are going up in terms of prices. That means yields are going down. So let's take a look at a daily chart and see where TLT is coming for us. It is starting to look like it wants to break out right around 152.71. Keep an eye on that level. I wouldn't trade it for this week. May have some longer dated leaps on it if it's something available out there in terms of volume. But the main thing I'm looking for is non-farm payroll tomorrow. That could bring bond prices down a little bit if we get a good number. So again, I would just be careful. 152.71 is a nice level for a break. If that's the case, there is a gap to fill right at 155.70. So let's keep an eye on the 155s for TLT for possible down the road buys there. That'd be a really good hedge against any kind of Omicron variant news or what have you. Lucid thoughts. I do have Lucid calls. They are taking a little bit of a hit this morning. Obviously, right now on the hourly, it did break below the 200-day moving average, which was my support level. Let's see how it holds up this morning. If we start breaking down a little more, we may just have to cut bait. But for right now, we're just going to hold and see what's up. Looking at Apple, again, Apple did go down today. Obviously, it tested the 200-day moving average. There is a gap to fill to the upside, so that's always nice to see. 165. What I traded today, the only way I would trade that 165 here call is that we need to break above this 50-day moving average of 163.50. If that does break, fine. I will probably go for the 165 calls for tomorrow. If not, next week. Probably next week would be a little more prudent. But again, that 200-day seems to be that support. Let's get above the 100. Let's get above the 50 first and see that this is not just a fake out if we do get some bids in the morning. Target to buy football and DraftKings. Let's see, football TV below $15 is where I'll buy some more, and DraftKings below $27.31 I will add some more. ARKK, I do own shares, but it is down this morning. But again, if you're looking to add more, we'd have to expand a little bit and see where's the best level. Right at the 100-day. So right around here, if you want to get a good dip buy, is right around 82.32. I highly doubt we get there. But again, if it does, I will definitely be a buyer there. Thoughts, PayPal for the dip. PayPal, I've been adding shares, no issues there. Your next level to buy is right around the 200-day on the weekly chart. That'll be right around 153.16. That's a really good price for a company like that, so keep an eye on that. Morning, Carl's thoughts on BABA Bright Price, market direction today. Well, again, that really depends on the headlines that come in, so just be careful. Alibaba, I'm gonna go ahead and buy more at 109.98. I've been buying on the way down, blocks and blocks and blocks, not tons, more like $1,000 at a pop. But again, I still believe in this company long term, regardless of the headlines. We've seen all this China news and stuff. Nothing new happened with Tesla, happened with a bunch of names. What is so concerning about Omicron seems dramatic? Well, again, the main thing is not about the actual illness itself, is if the economy can handle another shutdown, if we get to that point of urgency where it gets really bad, where deaths, hospitalizations come in. So again, if we get another lockdown, that's obviously bearish for markets, because we're pricing in now a reopening of the economy. The last thing we want is a shutdown. Granted, if there's a shutdown, then there's opportunity there too. So if we get a nice big fat dip, then there's possibly a way to buy some more shares. That'd probably be in 2022 if we start getting a shutdown. Thoughts on AI? I don't have any knowledge on that company, so I can only go by the chart. It looks pretty bearish. If you're like the technology long term and the company, by all means go for it. I don't know much about them to give you an educated guess on it. Thoughts on ChargePoint? What is the next level of support from the chart? ChargePoint, let's see in terms of the actual chart here. Let's go to the daily. Really, your next support, if you start breaking below these moving averages, 22.96, is right around 19.72. Thoughts on T and Verizon getting smashed? Yeah, again, T, I haven't been a fan of. So again, they're just getting nuked. Again, a lot of debt, a lot of crap that they got on their balance sheet. I think Verizon's a better company, obviously. But if you're owning Verizon, you're really just owning it for the yield. So at the end of the day, you're still going to get your dividend yield. You can see this channel here on the weekly. 45 seems to be that support on that longer end timeline. But you can see on the daily broke support and all. If you're looking for a strong dividend company with a lot of cash on their balance sheet, Verizon, you really can't go wrong there. Granted, you know, the stock has pulled back. They're still going to pay their yield. They're going to pay their dividend. They have the money for it. So if I look at the dividend yield right now as of Google Finance, the yield is right around 5.14%. They have the money to pay that. It's not like an Exxon or a Chevron about 2 years ago, or a year, I think it was about 2 years ago, when crude went negative on the trading. So again, they were worried about paying their dividend. Obviously, Chevron bounced back, so did ExxonMobil. But remember when Disney, they announced that they paused their dividend? Verizon's not going to have that issue. They have tons of cash on the balance sheet. Go support for GS. GS I also own. I have 373.50 to go ahead and buy some more. That's your next support. I'll be a buyer there. And what was Powell's comments the other day? Hawkish, he said that he wants to accelerate tapering of the bond purchases in order to curb inflation. And thoughts on PayPal? Again, we just went over that here a second ago. PayPal, I'm a buyer at 153.16. If we expand it over to the weekly chart, you could see it's right at that 200-day. That's the max that you have there. So we'll go ahead and leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for your time. G.A.R Capital is the website. And we'll catch you on Twitter if you want all the notifications. Make sure to go to Twitter for any market commentary and news. Instagram, obviously, we post some news there as well. But Twitter is like the one that's the quickest. Obviously, it's easier to post. And again, make sure to put the timeline in terms of timing or turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. We'll leave it there, guys. Have a great rest of your day. I will catch you later today for the aftermarket recap, and then I will see you next Thursday. We'll leave it there, guys. Thank you so much again. Have a good one.